Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the Adobe XD Daily Creative Challenge. I'm your host, Andrea Hawk. So welcome everyone in the chat. It's Wednesday, our second week of the Daily Creative Challenge. So we've got Brian, Antonio, Corey, Rosie, Rasim, lots of you guys, Anaf, Tim. Welcome everyone. Hope you all are having a wonderful day. And let's go ahead and dive right in. Today is a very fun one, something that a lot of people ask me about, I feel like on Discord. It's countdowns. So let's go ahead and dive right in. I'll hop on over to behance.net/challenge/XD. And as always, this is where you can find all of your daily prompts. So if you're not already registered, go ahead and register with that big blue button up there. And each day you'll get notified at 8 a.m. of what the new challenge is in your Creative Cloud app up here. And each day you'll receive a new challenge. Be sure to join our community chat in Discord. We've got 29,000 of you guys chatting away over there, sharing your work, asking for advice, lots of great stuff going on over there. And of course, be sure to watch our daily live show. I'm here every day during this challenge at least at 11:30 Pacific time. And lastly, be sure to share your work on Discord and Behance. On Behance, be sure to share with that keyword XD Daily Challenge so we can find your work and give you feedback and possibly feature you on the live stream at the end of the show. So let's scroll on down, see what we got today. Today is December 11th, and what I want you guys to do is design a holiday countdown for smartwatches. We haven't done one with smartwatches in a while, and actually I feel like those are some of the most fun to design for. So we're going to do a smartwatch app, and we're just going to focus on creating a simple countdown that scrolls through all of the numbers vertically using Auto Animate. So think like the slot machines, and you have like the 3 sections and they're scrolling through the numbers. That's what we're going to work on today. And definitely try using the plugin manager to work more efficiently. So I'll show you where that is in just a second. If you'd like to, you can grab the starter file. Just go over to Dropbox, hit download, and then direct download. And that will download this starter file for you, minus the designs that I'm creating, of course, because you have to create your own. So download that if you'd like. If you want to rewatch any of the streams, you can feel free to do that. Just press watch video. And let's see, what else? If you want to look at the past challenges, those are all down below. And if you're not a member of Discord, this is where you can sign up. I'm already signed up, but this is what that sign up page would be like. And let's hop on over there real quick, see what you guys are working on. So these are all the channels over here. Feel free to explore through some of those. You can see who's online on the right side. And I've already picked out a few of you guys' work. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to look at some of these towards the end of the stream, so be sure to stay tuned for that. I've been going through and giving you guys some feedback. So thank you all so much for sharing. Some really awesome work this week. Ooh, this one looks fun. All right. So that is a bit about Discord. Let's go ahead and hop right in to our starter file. Okay. So welcome everyone in the chat. Hello. Lots of wavy faces. You guys look like you're happy today, so that's good. Lots of smiling emojis. All right. So like I mentioned, we're going to be doing a holiday countdown app since this week is all about holiday themed things, and I forgot to wear my little Christmas hat today. Okay, but it's still festive. It's fine, guys. Just imagine it. So yes, we're going to be using Auto Animate and use the plugin manager. If you don't already know where that is, so you can either check this little Lego looking icon down here. I think that's so cute. So these are all the plugins that you already have download. So I have like calendar, icons and symbols, Lorem Ipsum. I use that one almost every day. Super handy. Fills in all of your text with sample text. And then the plugin manager, you would go up to plugins and then discover plugins if you want to look for more. So we've got discover, and these are like curated, just different collections of plugins. You can scroll through some of those. And if you just want to search something specific, you can go to the browse tab. And then manage is what you already have over here. So everything you already have downloaded. So feel free to look through there. They're always updating with new plugins, so, you know, I'll look through this, see what's new like once a week or so. So yeah, always a fun place to look. So inspo, I've gathered some inspiration for you guys, just some different countdown apps to kind of start sparking some ideas. So a lot of them had the ability to be able to show a photo for whatever event you're counting down towards. If you want to list them all like this, this one has a ton of details on this page, but how many hours are left, a little emoji. I'm going to use some emojis today. You know, I love my emojis. What the title of the event is, if you want to share it. Birthdays, again, you can show it in a list view like this. You can also try something radial like this, do a little auto animate. I'm just going to be focusing on the numbers themselves today, so that's what we want to really try to learn and concentrate on, is the auto animate for the numbers scrolling through. But yeah, you can use these for inspiration. Again, I'm going to be using a smartwatch app size, so I already have a few like set up here. I'm going to use the 44 millimeter. Yeah, let's see what else. Okay, so resources. As always, I share some resources that I like to browse through, just some of my favorite links. And then, of course, when you're done, be sure to share to Discord and Behance. Yeah, and be sure you share with that keyword XD Daily Challenge. Okay, so I try to like go through those faster so we can get to the actual design sometimes. So hopefully that wasn't too rushed. All right, so I have a few artboards that we're going to be working on today. So the splash screen, just saying days till, that's what I'm calling the app. Pretty simple, days till whenever. And I just took this alarm clock, kind of cute that it's like jumping up, from Adobe stock. And then I've got my assets down here. You can add them into your components panel also if you'd like. I also just like to have them down here so I can see them a little bit larger. Okay, so let's dive in. Yeah, 14 days till Christmas, Richard said, which is crazy. Okay, I have not done enough of my Christmas shopping. It's all right. It always gets done. So we will work on that another time. Okay, so I'm just gonna add a background. I already have a few character styles picked out. So, whoa, that's huge. Let's make it like this size. A little more manageable. Add some text at the top here. So this is like all of your events page. So we're just going to list a few. This is a back arrow that I got from, there's some really great UI kits. Where did I find those? Get UI kits in the file menu up here. And then you can just search for Apple iOS. I had downloaded these a while ago, but they have either iOS or macOS for on your laptop, or watchOS. So I just downloaded these, and let's see what these look like. Agree. So this has, oh geez, so many folders. So this has a bunch of like smartwatch little assets that you can use. There's a ton in here. I don't know where the one in particular that I used, but it was something like this, just so you know that you're using exactly the right size for the icons. Okay, so let's just add like a little gray box, and then we'll add an emoji on top of it. And this one will be days till Christmas. 14 days. It's going so quickly. And then I want this to scroll vertically, so let's group these two items, and then I'll add some text below. Actually, just copy this, and we'll say Christmas. So we need the title. We'll right align this over here, make this a little smaller, and then we'll give a little subtext. We'll say holiday, whatever holiday it is. Okay, bring that down a bit. I always like to make the subtext and the title like contrasting colors and widths. So let's bring those up a bit. And then we can group all these and just make a repeat. Oh, I didn't group these two. Group all these and then just make a repeat grid. So repeat grid is right here, and you could just drag those down, make as many as you want. But that is not the page that I'm going to focus on today, so just kind of breezing through this one. We can add a little search icon. Okay, so the next page that I really want to focus on is, okay, so Richard asked, what's the common screen size to design on Apple Watch? Because I haven't done a project on that device. This one, I just chose 44 millimeters. So when you go over to your artboard size, you can just scroll down. So it's watch 44 millimeter. So there's 4 different sizes over here. I usually try to go for the smallest size if I'm doing like a real life project. So I would choose like 38 millimeter just because it's always harder to design down and get rid of elements instead of design up. You can always add elements or make things bigger. So generally I start with the smallest size, but 44 millimeter, I wanted to be able to show you guys things a little bit bigger today. So that is what I'm using. All right, so let's go ahead and copy just a few of these elements and paste them on the next page. And this will be our actual countdown page with the numbers spinning through. So I'm gonna remove the all events title. I know I wanna add like a settings to this page to be able to adjust the title and the emoji and when the actual day is. So let's copy, I wanna ungroup this. Copy that emoji, I'll make it a little bit smaller and just center this at the top. And then I will add some text. We'll say days till Christmas. 14. Okay, so I'll move that up a bit. And then below this is where I want to add the actual countdown. So I'm trying to stay pretty minimal with this. Best practice technically is actually to use a darker background for smartwatches just because it can use a lot of battery if you have like bright colors and white all the time. So ideally you would be using black, but you know, this is just for fun. So I'm using white and colors today. Okay, so I just want a little background right there, and then I'll add like days and hours below this. So days down here, make this very small. You zoom in a bit. Okay, so days and hours. And you can add minutes if you want, but just for the sake of time, I'm just doing 2 of these. Okay. And then I want to add the actual numbers. So generally, on a normal countdown, you'll see 2 numbers next to each other, like so. Let's make this a bit bigger. And then 2 more over here. And sometimes there's like another one over here. So days, minutes, and hours. Or days, hours, minutes. I'm just going to focus on these 2 though. So let's add a little colon between these. And now the fun part is just making a clipping mask, and then we're going to auto animate this. So all we have to do, one common thing that I see a lot of people trying to do when they do this is you have to separate the 2 columns here. So you can't have 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, or like 01, 02, or whatever. So we actually have to clipping mask 2 different columns right here. So what I'm going to do is delete all these, and then we want them to be vertical in order to scroll through all of them vertically. So we just have to type out a bunch of numbers, really just 1 through 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Looks good. Let's bring that down. And then we can just make this a clipping mask. So let's drag another rectangle, and then I'm doing Shift Command M to mask it. And then I'll copy this and paste it right next to it. So we want this to be like right here. And then I'll delete this and just copy these over for hours as well. Okay. So So that looks good. Now, so I just titled my artboard Countdown 1 and then Countdown 2. So let's just copy everything here. We don't want to create new elements on this artboard. Like, we don't want to be, instead of copying and pasting, like retyping everything out over here, because for Auto Animate, we need it to stay the same layer names. Otherwise, Auto Animate has a little bit of trouble trying to match those specific layers. So when you go over into your layers, you'll see all of these, and they just need to be named like hours, days, etc. So we can find them. So now what we can do is, let's say we're starting on 14 days, since it is 14 days away. So let's just scroll this up and we'll leave this on 14. So actually I need to recopy this then. So let's copy all of that and then we can paste it over, and let's go over into prototype and I'll show you real quick. So we select the whole artboard and then we just, oh, I already dragged it over. So we want to tap for the trigger. The action will be Auto Animate, and I usually do easing as wind up for sort of like the clicking sort of feel, a little tactile. And then the duration we can have like 0.4, we can always adjust that. Okay, so we want it to be going down. So let's set this to 13, and we're just gonna keep doing the same exact thing, just moving one number down. I'm just gonna do it for one column so you can kind of see how it looks. But you could change like hours, minutes, and days, and all of that. Countdown 3. Copy that whole artboard. And then let's do the same. 2. Or wait, was I on 2? Yeah. And then again, copy the whole artboard. So I'm just selecting the name instead of any of these elements. So select the name of the artboard to copy it. And then let's drag this down here. Okay, so this first artboard, let's go back here to the prototype tab. This one I set as tap trigger because I just want to tap it immediately when we get to this page. So let's just prototype these two as well, these two artboards. So we'll just do transition for the action, and I'll just do the same thing here, just a tap. And then for the rest of these, I want them to be timed, because the countdown should not be, you have to tap through everything. So I'm gonna drag all of these over. It'll be the same exact thing. And we can select all of these at the same time. The trigger will be time, and the action will be Auto Animate. So let's go ahead and preview what we have so far. I'll select this first artboard, come up here to press play. It's a little small, I hope you can see it. But let's press plus, or tap, and then we have our all events page, and then we can tap on the Christmas tree, and let's tap, and then you can see it scrolls through. That's so small, I'm sorry, I wish I could, yeah, I can't really zoom in, but I think we need these to be a little bit slower. So let's add like 0.6 or 0.8. So I'll show this again so we can see it. So we're on our all events page. We tap the Christmas tree to go zoom into that actual page. We have days till Christmas, our title. And then this is the countdown. And again, we're just scrolling through vertically. It's just a clipping mask and some Auto Animate. So let's tap and we can see 3, 2, 1, and 0. So, okay, let's see if you guys have any questions. I think no questions so far that I see. Is it possible to prototype this on an Apple Watch? Well, you can test it out with the Adobe XD app, but there's not an Adobe XD app for smartwatch, so I don't think you can actually try it out. But it's like, you know, almost the same, like smaller than your laptop at least, so you could try it out on your mobile device at least. Okay, so that is how you make a smartwatch. Again, if you want to add all of the minutes and go through the hours as well, you could do that. But all we did, we created 4 clipping masks here. So this was one. Let me go back into the design tab. And I just typed out all of the numbers vertically and just used a rectangle to mask one number at a time. And then in prototype tab, all we did here was we did the tap trigger for the first one and time trigger for the rest of them, and then auto animate one number at a time. And we used wind up for easing, so it gets that kind of like manual crank feel almost. Okay, so that is about it. Let's Command S to save. And if you want to make this an MP4, you would just press the play button up here and press record to start tapping through it. And then it would record it as an MP4. And I usually like to upload that on Behance as part of my project. So I'll give you a little example of that. Let's look into the project. So like, it's always an MP4 that you can scroll through. So I think that just helps elevate your work a little bit more. So make sure, of course, as always, I keep reminding you guys, go into Edit and then Settings, and then into that Discoverability tab to type in XD Daily Challenge so I can look at your work and give you feedback if you like it. All right, so now is one of my favorite parts. Let's go ahead and search for some of you guys' work. I'll refresh this, and I'm just sorting by most recent, seeing who comes up recently, and I have a few already pulled up. So yesterday was the Santa tracking day. This was so fun. And yeah, a lot of you guys did this one yesterday. So this one, oh shoot, it doesn't say who it's by. I found this one on Discord. Yeah, I don't remember who this one was by, but thank you for sharing, whoever it was. And this was Hover, the Hover Day. So this looks awesome. So he not only, whoever this was or she, made the circle get bigger, but also added that whatever the title is, the little rectangle in there. So this looks awesome. Great job. Ooh, and look at that button gets bigger as well. Search. Let's see. Nothing's happened in search, but awesome. This is so great. I love the jingle bells at the top. Very festive. Thank you for sharing. This is another one. We've got a cute little Santa tracker. All these illustrations. Okay. This is so cute. Zoom in here. We've got our hover over all of these cities. You've been busy. Very nice. I love this. And the little snowman too. That is just so cute. So you can type your address here. Yeah, I love the layout on this. We've got all the menu items up here. We've got additional details over here. This is really nice. Let's look at another one. This one was by Jonathan. Thank you for sharing, Jonathan. Our Santa tracker. Oh, we have to copy the link. Let's copy and see what we got. Okay. Ooh, and we added some reindeer on this one. Greenland, United States, Peru. Very nice. This is so cool. I love that you showed the whole world instead of just like one country. This looks so great. And the reindeer is a nice touch. Love that. All right, let's look at one more maybe that we have time for. Ooh, let's look at a mobile one. I haven't seen a mobile one yet. So begin. Ooh, okay, Santa's next destination. This is a little small. I think even for mobile it would be small. Generally try to do like 15 pixels or 15 points at most for the smallest size. But I love this. This is so cute. I love that you use trees and like Santa's face for the actual icons of the destination. Awesome job. All right, guys. Well, that wraps up today. And thank you all so much for joining. As always, I'll be back here again tomorrow at 11:30 Pacific time. We've only got 2 days left. So keep going strong. I'll see you guys tomorrow in the chat. And in about 5 minutes, we've got our 2-hour XD live stream with Jessica Yang. So stay tuned for that. Bye.